Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy G Bush back at another episode of the Barbershop. New York Jets versus the Cleveland Browns recap. Normally, I would be doing a live stream right now, but for the holidays, I'm hanging out with my family, doing a little family time. So I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. No big deal. We got the technology. You know, we can always go back to old school. I ain't afraid to going back to the mud. So you know what it is, man. We'll get it to upload it. May take me a little bit of while to do it at my mom's internet speeds, but when you see this, we will go ahead and upload this the old-fashioned way. I want to say this, first and foremost. This blog is going to highlight a few things here, and I think it's very important. You know, sometimes I come under fire a little bit. I do a radio show in a city called the Barbershop. And some of the things that I hang my hat on in the city, doing this show called The Barbershop, every Saturday, every Sunday in the Browns pregame show, I hang my hat on integrity, keeping it 100%. And I really base my show on really doing research, digging into the facts, and really telling you what I believe and think based on the numbers and based on what's going on the field. And one of the things that I always told myself when I got into this game and talked about this thing was I was going to always be truthful with the fans. I was going to always be truthful with the people around the country. And I was always keep it 100% when it comes to my roots and integrity with the football and integrity what I saw in film, and never lying, never being a homer, and never gassing people, never doing all that funny, fake type stuff. And one of the things that this blog is going to show you is that I keep it 100. I want to show you that in this blog, in this recap, I want to show you that if you look back and you go back from day one and you look at every one of my blogs and you piece my blogs together, in a culmination of my blogs, I've been telling you a story, I've been painting a narrative, and I've been talking about some of the same stuff that you see today. I've been talking about some of the same things that have built to a culmination today. And you'll go back and watch my blogs, and I'll show you everything that I've been building towards today has come to pass. First and foremost, shout out to the New York Jets. Shout out to the New York Jets. You know why I'm shouting out the New York Jets? I got my Browns gear on. You see me. You know why I'm shouting out the New York Jets? Because the New York Jets have shown you, and they have come to show people around the league and all the people and the fans in Cleveland and all the other markets, and they stand for what I believe in in terms of football. Fans have gotten to the point, and media has gotten to the point where they think everything is about fantasy football, everything is about stats, everything is about the numbers you could pull up, everything is about stuff that's written down in pamphlets and portfolios. It ain't about that. Take it from a guy who's played the game. Take it from a guy who's put them shoulder pads on. Take it from the guy who's done those rehabs. The New York Jets came out here against the Cleveland Browns and showed you what that's all about. As a matter of fact, they showed you for the last 2 weeks what that's about. And what they're about is this. You don't get to chalk no wins up. It don't matter who you got playing or who you don't got playing. That's the great thing about football. It's the ultimate equalizer. If you go back and you check my records and you check my tapes, I've been telling you that forever. I've been keeping it 100 and keeping that consistent. In the sport of football, it's not if you get hurt. It's about when and what timing you have. And it's about the guys you have and your coaching staff and what adjustments they make to put you in the best position to come out on top. Go back and check the tapes. The New York Jets went out to LA and beat a playoff team on their own field. People dismissed that. People running around talking about Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. You know how disrespectful that is? You know how disrespectful that is to another grown man that's trying to feed his family during COVID-19? And I get it. There's all kind of other people that's doing way more difficult jobs than feeding their family during COVID-19. But what I say that to say this, these people are trying to put something on tape. These guys, there's only a certain few jobs in the NFL. That's the highest level of participation. These guys ain't coming out here tanking for another kid with long hair. You think Sam Darnold cares something about Trevor Lawrence? You think he's going out here to throw interceptions so they can draft the guy to take his position? Y'all sound crazy. Y'all sound ridiculous. And the worst part about it is you got people that really sit up here on the radio. You got people that really is people that write articles. And you got people that's getting paid millions of dollars to sit up here and say that crap. And y'all believe it. And y'all sit up here and eat it up and regurgitate that stuff. I got in a game and I wanted it to be in radio because I'm like, this can't be true. You telling these people like that, that's the facts? That's facts? No, it's not facts. What we showed was facts today was this. You don't chalk up nothing. You can't pray your way out of these games. You can't buy your way out of these games. It don't matter what your religion is. It don't matter how many that this team is going to get blown up. You got a quarterback that's a first round quarterback who's hearing the whispers that they're getting another quarterback. Adam Gates is out of here. And this team already went on the road and got a win. Now they smell blood in the water. You got a whole receiving core out there. I'm defending myself, talking about why this is going to be a competitive game. I'm looking around like, what alternate universe is this? What alternate universe is this? Mind you, we're not even into the review yet. We're not even into the review yet. Hold on, get tight, get comfortable. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. Because if you don't like what I'm putting down, I ain't got no problem with that. This might not be the review for you. But we're going to get some truth serum out today. It's time out for people rushing and talking about what they want to hear and don't want to hear. Don't hear it. Because today, chicken's coming home to roost. I told you. I've been telling you since day one about what's popping off here. I've been telling you since day one. I'm doing the pregame show. And there's a thought process amongst the community. And I want to get to it. I want to get to it. This is time out for this stuff. I'm doing a pregame show. And I got people saying, oh, you're being too negative. G. Bush, don't worry about it. They'll get it done. Who needs receivers? Who needs receivers? You don't need no receivers? I can understand y'all don't want OBJ. But you got Hollywood Higgins out. You got Hodge out. You got Jarvis out. You got Peoples-Jones out. You got your top 5 receivers out. And you Kool-Aid drinkers. You telling people we don't need receivers. Walk in the park, 1-13, 1-12 Jets. See how that turned out for you? Oh, we got tight ends. We'll run 3 tight end sets. Okay. I had people tell me. I said, you got Teller out and your left tackle? Oh, don't worry about it. And Hubbard's out? He's your swing guy. Oh, don't worry about it. We good. We good? Okay. We good? Okay. It's a problem. It's the problem. If we want to get to anywhere we want to go and we want to talk about something, the bottom line is when you get on these cameras and we talk about this stuff, You got to be able to objectively break down the game. I'm not here to rub grown men's shoulders and make you convinced that everything in the world is okay. I told you before this game that the Jets game was going to be a problem. I told you before the game that the Jets game was going to be difficult. I told you before the game that the Jets wasn't coming out here to play with the Cleveland Browns. I dropped the blog and said, under no way, shape, or form, circumstances, is it okay if you don't make the playoffs. I told you that before we dropped these blogs. And no way am I backtracking on any of that. And you came out here today and you see what happened. The problem is this. Your expectation levels are so low, you'll take anything. My expectation levels don't change. I told you yesterday, I want that trophy. I don't want participation awards. What I saw today out of Woods was unacceptable. When I said that against him against the Ravens, I had people telling me, we got so many people out. What did you expect, G. Bush? We can't do it in one draft. I hate to be your boss. I wonder what kind of excuses you give at work. Hey, Joe, you're late. Hey, you're late for the 15th time. Well, it was traffic again. How is traffic in a pandemic and you work at home? What kind of excuses you giving up? I told you about this same type behavior and the same play calling against the Ravens. And you said, well, it's Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson does that against everybody. He's the MVP. Well, what the hell was Sam Darnold? He got 1,600 yards, 9 interceptions, and 7 touchdowns. And you gave him all day today. You gave him time. Patting the rock. Patting the rock. Oh, I don't got nobody open? I got all day back here. What was your excuse today, Mr. Woods? Do you have one? Nothing. You see why Kevin Stefanski was animated today? He's calm, cool, and collective any other time. He was animated today because he knew he missed the opportunity. I did a blog just yesterday about opportunities. And you missed one. Guess who lost today? Colts lost. Colts lost. Y'all came out here and you let Sam Darnold and the 1-something Jets cost you a golden opportunity. I foreshadowed it. I told y'all. We got to be tougher skinned in the community. The Browns community has to get tougher skinned. The Browns community has to get tougher. We're running around crying too damn much. The second somebody says something about your favorite player, you're crying in the corner. You're unfair. You're a hater. You're a hater. We're better than we were when we were in 16. Leave that at the doorsteps. We're better than we was when we were in 16. Leave that at the doorsteps. It's time to get over that. If we want to get to where we want to go, we got to stop bringing up 0-16 and 1-15. Put that to bed and let's get it going. My expectations is this. I ain't got no time to be talking about you better than 1-16. My standards is higher than that. We're looking around and I told you. I told you. Let's get to this game. Wasn't much of a game. Let's get to this game. First and foremost, nobody gets a pass on this game. First and foremost, if you're looking for citizenship awards, you're not getting it here. I'm not looking to covet my subscribers. I'm looking to talk real football. I'm not looking to rub people's shoulders. I'm talking football today. If you're not ready to kick it real football, pack up your stuff and go across the other. Yeah, it's all kind of other blogs out here. I'm talking real talk. I'm talking to them real people. that want to talk that real football stuff. First half, I hate the game plan. Let's start off with that. Both sides of the ball. Hated it. Both sides of the ball. I hate the game plan. You once again go to another person's place and you got teams. You act like you didn't see no tape on these guys. You act like you don't see Sam Darnold struggling. You act like you don't understand that under pressure, he's not the same quarterback. Joe Woods, you bring nobody. You bring nobody. You sit up there and you wait for people to make mistakes. You force people to make mistakes. I don't wait for you to make a mistake. I force you to make mistakes. But then in my secondary, we don't have anybody. They're going to give up points. Unless you're going to give up points, you're going to get torched either way. You're going to get torched either way. I don't do sucker tendencies. If you ain't never been in a huddle, you might not understand what I'm talking about. This for the real dudes. You might not get this one. Hate the game plan. This ain't Lamar Jackson. This is Sam Darnold. But I told you, go back and listen to my other blogs. Every single quarterback you play them like they Joe Montana, like they Michael Vick. You give them all this respect. You're backing it up. The running backs getting 7 to carry. What do you actually take away? You take nothing away. The drags was open all day. Crossing routes. Oh, here we go. Sam Darnold, Patton, crossing routes. 7 a pop for P-Ryan. Whatever. Old age is tale as old as time. Song as old as rhyme. And I ain't talking about Beauty and the Beast. I'm talking about Frank Gore. He getting 6.5 a carry. Crowder doing his thing. Guess what? You stopped nothing. You gave them everything they want. You didn't stop the screen game. You didn't stop the run game. You didn't stop the shallow drags. You stopped none of that. What did you give them, Joe Woods? I've never seen a guy struggle so much and you got Myles Garrett. How you got Myles Garrett and you don't stop nothing? By the way, Larry Ogunjobi, pack your stuff up too. I'm tired of seeing you run around, pull your pads up. You're getting reached. You're getting cut off backside. You're undersized D tackle. I'm tired of seeing you get blown off the ball. I'm tired of it. Peace out. I knew it was a long day when I seen Smith get trucked by Sam Darnold on a quarterback keep. Trucked. Flipper. Who gets hit with a flipper by Sam Darnold? And we got our defensive coordinator over there with his mask, with this invisible sheet of no plays. Hated your play call. Hey, Stefanski, you're not off the hook either. You're not off the hook either, buddy. Thank you for running some screens the second half, because I see the Jets can run them to perfection. You waited till we was down 17 points till you run a screen to 2 of the best screen catching running backs in the game. What you're saving it for. So you might have thought we might have made the playoffs too. You might have forgot that we might have had to have this win. You might have forgot we might have had to have this win too. Did you forget? Because guess what? You didn't run anything to our running backs. Anything to the backs. I don't like the game plan. I know you want to come out and establish, but listen, if I'm Nick Chubb, I'm pissed off. Give me if I'm Kareem Hunt, you waited too long to get me that rock. You got no-name gangsters out here doing their thing. I'm tired of the excuses. Don't tell me about COVID-19. Don't tell me about it. There's all kind of other teams yeah, I get it. G. Bush? The Ravens got to cancel their games. The Browns listen, the Denver Broncos played a whole game with a kicker at quarterback. And they got mollywopped. I told you, go back, rewind my tapes. Rewind them. I got 30-some videos up. Go back. I said it's going to come a point in time when you need somebody that's going to say, I ain't going to let you lose. We ain't letting you lose today. Not on my watch. Today was the one you needed. Colts lost. Ryan Fitzmagic did what he needed to do against the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm tired of talking about next year. I'm tired of talking about a couple pieces away. I'm tired of talking about this fake optimism. Don't show me, don't tell me about the labor pains. My coach said this to me. My coach told me this. I was a freshman at Ohio University. And he said, listen, I didn't know what a play was one time, and I was confused. And I stood up in the middle of the play and didn't know what I was doing. And the tackle came to block me, and I was just kind of out of sorts. And I didn't know what to do. And he said, we was watching film the next day. He said, listen, man, see, you an athlete. I said, yeah, I know. I really didn't. He said, whoa. First and foremost, that's only going to happen once. We don't do that excuse thing. Well, we don't do that excuse.